Hello again, I am Blunty. Dauntless here is a free-to-play action role-playing game published by Phoenix Labs featuring solo and up to 4-player co-op. It's a loot chase game basically, where every fight is a boss fight. There's no low-level scrub enemies to fight through, just the purity of challenging combat against hulking behemoths and the thirst for more loot. The game hit open beta a year ago in May 2018, and I've been playing since then, although for the last few months I walked away from it as the pre-release player base had kinda dwindled somewhat, making matchmaking almost useless. But that all changes next week when it bursts out of early access beta and not only goes full release on PC, but also hits Xbox One and PlayStation 4 with Nintendo Switch to follow later on in the year. So, for the last few days I've been kicking the rust off my weaponry and playing again, and really enjoying myself actually. What you're about to see is edited down from one of my Twitch live streams, playing Dauntless, answering chat room questions and chatting about what the game is, what the game isn't, and how the free-to-play economy works, and how much has changed in just a year of open beta. And 4 minutes, I'm going to 32 months.
Hey, pat on the back for this guy.
Thank you very much. 32 months.
32-month hype. D.
That's a lot of D. You sure you can handle that much D? I'm not sure you can handle that much D. There is a limited amount of D any person can take at once. I'm told. But yeah, they just announced that Dauntless, which is... the time is I need to switch to the screen here. This is finally launching. It's coming out of beta, or early access, whatever you want to call it. I think they called it a beta, not early access. Yeah, beta. And it's launching on Xbox, PlayStation, and the Epic Store. It's coming to Switch as well, although not in 5 days' time with the rest of them. They're still working on the Switch version, apparently. But that's where, if I'm going to switch to console, I'll switch to Switch, because then I can play it handheld while I'm watching, you know, laying in bed, playing TV and whatnot. Playing TV? Watching TV. Whatever. But the most exciting thing is... the most exciting thing is Scott Kiddery coming in with a big tip of $10 thrown down the gauntlet.
Shall I bring the whips and chains with me?
Yeah, the most exciting thing is cross-play is happening. At launch, it'll be active on PC to Xbox and vice versa. So, Ali, who prefers to play on Xbox, for example, we can potentially play together if she gets into this game. I know she liked Monster Hunter, and I've been talking to her about this game. She wants to give it a go, and launch is a good time to give it a go. So she'll be playing on Xbox probably, and we'll be able to join up and play together and things like that. So sweet. But also, cross-save is going to be active. So if I wanted to, I could move my PC save across to the Xbox version. I don't think I'll need to do that, but who knows? There might be a good reason to do that. Either way, it's nice to have that option. Hopefully they bring that to the Nintendo Switch edition as well, so I don't have to have two separate accounts. It'd be nice to be able to move my save back and forth between PC and Switch. What is this, Monster Hunter? It's a bit like Monster Hunter, but it's a bit like, what if Monster Hunter was Warframe? So it's a lot more snappy, a little more arcadey. There's no real story mode, although there is world building and characters and things like that. It's basically a loot game, just like Warframe is, but in a Monster Hunter style thing. We just sort of hunt monsters. Actually, I did see him just over there, but before we do that, I saw some sparkly stuff we might as well grab over here. It's one of the nice things about doing a solo hunt. You don't feel like you're letting anyone down if you sidetrack yourself to go collect some materials. A lot of the hunts right now are people rushing straight for the monster because basically everyone who's playing has been playing the beta for a while now, so they're all pretty high level stuff. They just want to grind out the monster bits. I don't care so much about the island collection. Come on then. I've added a lot to this game since I last played. The progression system has been completely redone. Crafting system has been completely redone. There's new effects, new bonuses. The lanterns have effect slots now. The armor has 2 slots. Weapons have extra abilities and special effects and things like that. The game has changed a lot since I first started playing it, actually. Like, when I first started playing it, these guns didn't exist. Oops. And, didn't have grenades. Speaking of which, probably a good time for this. Oh, fuck. Now it's a good time for this. Boop. Health grenade! Tell you what, I am still a bit rusty. Most of the monster patterns have, whoopsie-daisy, remained the same. But my memory of those patterns and signals has gotten a bit rough. Let's try out the guns. Yeah, I actually quite like the guns. They're not that popular in what you might call the meta, I suppose. I see very few other players right now using the guns. Probably because they don't do a ton of damage. But you do get to pour on the damage pretty much constantly, so I feel like the DPS is still worthwhile. And usually you can stay out of danger pretty easily because you don't have to get that close, although
73,
the closer you get,
63, 65, 20, 77, 65, 72, 65, 20, 62, 65, 69, 6C, 67,
is that hex code?
6C, 65, 72, 64, 79, 26, C6F, 77, 2E20. Translation. Since we're being nerdy now.
But yeah, the guns are, for fuck's sake. That's the other thing they gave you. Used to be only you had one revive. Now you got 3. So a lot fewer people are running healing builds. So you get 3 personal revives now. I don't think I like that. I like the pressure of reviving teammates. Here we go. S-rank. I feel like that was worse than S-rank considering how frequent I get hit that time. But still, I'll take it. Yeah, the end screen, this is all different as well. So now you get conditionings, the cells for bonuses if you don't get hit and things like that. Most of the crafting stuff like the chitin, dash leaf breath, that's all the same. The orbs are new since I last played. They got these orbs instead of, I forget what they replaced. They might not replace anything. They might just be different. Brake parts are, I think, mostly the same, although I have seen a few new brake parts, or maybe renamed ones. But then you've got this whole slow progression thing, because now there's a completely separate new progression system as well. A mastery system. Cross-play, I don't know about cross-save, but cross-play for PS4 and the other platforms should be coming as well, but apparently Sony's being a bit about it. And they've got this Hunt Pass thing now, which is like a seasonal thing that a lot of free-to-play games are doing. Yeah, Hunt Pass challenges. So you got a bunch of challenges you complete for various rewards. There's a free path, and there's a paid-for path. Paid-for path, you get more rewards. Jammets! Jammets, thank you very much for the $10.24.
Is this a kilo tip, a mega tip, a giga tip, a tera tip, a zeta tip, a yacht tip? Who knows? Formatted capacity is less.
Took me a second there. I was like, and 24 cents? What an odd decimal to choose, because I was trying to find. Whoops! I was trying to figure out what the sex joke was, because you did 69. I was like, what the hell is 24? But then I realized 1024. Base 8, bitch! Right, so yeah, since I last played, this is entirely new for progression system here. So there's mastery for each monster, mastery for each weapon, and basically, as you'd kind of predict, you've got a sword affinity, like high-level stuff. A bunch of things you do repeatedly to sort of level up and things like that. Deal 150k damage to behemoths with any blaze sword, neutral sword, blah 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 blah. And each sword has its own little progression system as well for upgrades, which gives you more and more. I never had much of a. Oh, what am I missing there? Gives you more and more reason to grind more, basically, because there's a few swords I would never have bothered to upgrade the way the system used to be, because I don't know, let's say this Inferno's Razor, flame sword, but I'd already had this sword like leveled up a whole bunch. I had slightly different passive effects, but there was no point in upgrading that when I already had a much more powerful flame sword. Actually, I think that one's the one I've upgraded. That one? That one. I think that one's my top flame sword. But now they give you a reason to go after this stuff, because there's also bonuses for hunting certain monsters with certain types of swords, and I mean, it's more grind, but it's kind of part of the game. The loot hunt, the grinds, having to go after certain monsters in certain ways, things like that. It helps keep things more interesting. And the same thing with the monsters. They've each got their own little progression path now. You got to hunt them in the first place, then hunt them with wearing their own armor. Upgrade all their armor, upgrade their weapon, deal 5 million damage, interrupt them 10 times, break them, things like that. So there's a huge progression tree now. And some of the level ups for swords, when you're upgrading them, some of those are capped until you unlock a certain level of mastery for that weapon type. So that helps balance you out more as well, so you're not just sort of plowing into one weapon and one armor all over the place. This is mostly the same, except for the title. There's a few small differences there. Slayer of the Queen, that's the one I got for playing before launch, basically. Which you've still got a few days to do if you're interested. You can download the game now and still get that title, I think. Sigil and Banner. Actually, I meant to change the color of that, because I've changed I used to be yellow and red armor-wise, but I'm changing it to a crispy white and black kind of thing now. Turtle Power. I don't think you can even get that sigil anymore. I haven't seen that in the store in ages, so I haven't seen anyone else use it. I've got the turtle firework as well. Might be exclusive to me. I'm the only one with the turtle I've ever seen. Yeah, completely rejiggered this. It used to be you selected an individual island, and on that island were a set number of monsters, but now you can just go, well, I want to patrol for a certain type of monster, or one of the sort of late game stuff, heroic and heroic patrol. They've got a leveling system now, 18 to 12 level threat level, 16 to, to make it easier to spot where you're going to go. It has a recommended power system now, so you can more easily tell if you're armored up enough. And what else is new since I last played? The loadout system has completely changed. This is much the loadouts are basically the same, but they've got extra slots. Like my repeaters have 2 slots there and things like that. And the completely rejiggered the menu and the way this is displayed, including perk summary, which was desperately needed. So now you can see the total of all the bits and pieces you've got on. So you can see, before we had to go through manually each bit of gear and add them up in your head. I've got +3 medic there and +2 medic there. That's, yeah. But now it's just all over. As you can see, you complete perks right there. So nice. Morcadish is good. Morcadish is very good. Like, I played Monster Hunter World for about 40-45 hours, I think. Last time I checked my Steam time. And, it's very pretty and everything, and it was just overcomplicated for my tastes. It was a bit too... I think I described it to Ali the other day as a bit too Japanese. Don't get me wrong, I love Japanese games. But you know what I mean when I say it was a bit too Japanese, right? Way too deep and convoluted and complicated and needlessly so. This pares everything back to a much cleaner, much more streamlined experience, but there's still a bunch of depth. Because you've got a buttload of different armor types. There's about 18, 20 different monsters, something like that. And within each of the armor types you craft from different mobs, they've each got their own innate ability, which you can then boost up with certain cells. So on this one I've got the Savagery cell, which increases damage against wounded parts. They've also, you know, they've all got their affinities and strengths and weaknesses. So you can load out for wound damage as your primary thing. Or you can load out for medic, or you can load out for being able to take hits. Or you can load out for, like this one here, the bloodless one. That's what I was talking about before with the insect thing. If I was wearing that, I wouldn't have bled. I wouldn't take him so much bleed damage. Especially if I teamed that up with the shirt that I've also got that does the same thing. So we get +4 bloodless. It will basically make me immune to that. There's fireproof ones and freeze-proof ones. And, you know, there's just a ton of depth for crafting out for your particular play style. The only thing I wish they had was a way to save a configuration. So I can just hit one button and go, get this set of armor in this combination with this loadout with this weapon. Just, I want to be able to save that instead of having to manually go through and change these one by one every time I want to spec out for a particular type of hunter, a particular team, things like that. Alright, cool shot. Let's go to the loadout, and I might swap out my frosty grenade for maybe my barrage grenades, actually. Looks like I'm nearly out of bulwark tonics, so we'll switch that out for something else. But you've got a bunch of different stuff you can also carry. Either pylons, which produce an AoE effect of some kind, usually for players. I haven't seen anybody ever use the airstrike beacon, not even me. Don't even know what that looks like. But most of them are potions for buffing or debuffing certain things, like boosting stamina, or the grenades and things like that. So that's another way you can customize your play style. I do like that face plant arrival emote, or animation. I've nearly bought it a few times. It's like 350 of the platinum, which is the microcurrency transaction thing. I have about 175 at the moment. Spent the rest on like transmog stuff, like the sword I'm using on my back at the moment. That's a store-bought transmog. This looks badass, doesn't it? Ooh, found him already. Zoop. Lucky game with no full damage. Snatch those up on our way past. Why wouldn't you? Rematch time. Zoop. Boop. 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 And roll away. That was a hit I didn't need to take. Just got greedy. And there. Nope, got away with that one. Zerp. Twirl and spin and twirl. That target on his head, for those wondering, that's one of the new abilities for the wet guns. It boosts damage done to that body part for all team members. So it's worth... Shit! Ran out of stamina. It's worth going after. Damn it. Wasted opportunity. They're not doing any more progress wipes. They haven't done any progress wipes in about a year. So if you've already been playing the beta, or you want to bring your character across from the beta, you'll be able to do that. How much does it cost? It's actually free to play. It is free to play. And the good news about that is it does have some of the free to play kind of crap in it. Okay, so while we wait for a hunt, let's go to the storefront. I'll tell you what I mean. So, the financial situation is... they have themed stuff every month or so, I think. You have transmogs, which are just like transmogs in any other game. You buy them with this platinum currency up in the top corner there. I've got 125 at the moment. This is the currency you buy. This is the real money stuff. So you can buy packs of platinum, 500 platinum for $7.99 Australian, all the way up. And these supporter recruit commander packs, they're pre-release stuff. They'll be going away in a few days. But all this other stuff will stay. Sounds like I've got a hunt, by the way. I'll come back to this. But yeah, you've got transmogs for your weapons, your lanterns, and your armor. You've got ace chips, which is a separate thing for speeding up, combining other stuff. We'll talk about that after the hunt. You can buy some of the stuff to skip the grind for potions and things. Transmog stones. None of this is pay to win. Ooh, cool. Full team. None of the microtransaction stuff is pay to win. You can skip it completely and not miss out on anything. The only thing that approaches play to win is being able to buy those potions and stuff. That's not play to win. That's just play to skip grind. That'll save you from manually collecting a bunch of stuff that's on the island. That said, I've never even thought about needing remotely to do that. There is so many resources, and they've actually upped the number of resources on the islands since I last played. There's more here than there ever was. I don't know whether they're going to adjust that in the 1.0 version or not. But I've never felt the need to buy any of those resource packs. Not even close. You get resources automatically for hunts. You can pick it up as you're harvesting the island. So this stuff here, which is used in grenade crafting, for example. All the different kinds of plants. Yeah. Everything else is just cosmetic, as they say. Although there are some really nice cosmetics. Like the sword I'm using right now, that's a cosmetic transmog. You can get different cosmetics for your flares, a little signal you send up, and your banners, which is a thing I haven't shown today, but you can plant your banner down. You can get different banner styles, different logos for them and things like that. But yeah, they've actually handled it really well. There's also a hunt pass kind of thing, which is a seasonal thing, a bit like what Fortnite does. You can play without it, but if you pay for it, you get extra rewards, including things like cosmetics. Is there a wide variety of weapons? Yeah, there's a huge variety. There's, 5 main weapon types. So you've got the sword, the war pike. I'm carrying the sword. Calstrucker over there's got the war pike. Chain blades over there on double one shot. And I think the other guy's a sword. But there's also hammers and axes. And each one of those weapon types has about... I think it's more than 24 variants for different monsters and monster variants. Same thing with the armor. There's a bunch of different armor. They've all got the special abilities and weaknesses and strengths, and yeah, it's not quite as ridiculously deep as Monster Hunter World, but there's a lot of customizability and options to fine-tune your play style and your place in the team. The game has actually come a really long way since I first started playing it, when they first launched Early Access Beta. There's a huge progression system, quest lines, the whole Megillah. It's actually really nicely fleshed out. Whoops! Ah, crap. Too slow for that one. And with the Switch game, happy to perform something. Well, I mean, it's running on the Unreal Engine, so it should be fine. There is more than a few games on the Switch that run quite well on the Unreal Engine. And I get tired of getting hit by those. There he goes. Hooray! Only took one try. Alright, so, back into the store we were talking about before. Right, we were talking about the supplies. So you can buy... I wonder if the starter pack's going to go away. No, they'll probably keep that. Yeah, so you can buy supplies, basically. Consumables that you can harvest anyway. You don't need to worry about it. Starter pack just gives you a range of them. some platinum, some ace chips, etc, etc. You've got emotes, of course. These have become less useful because there's not a lot of time after a hunt. There used to be about 30 seconds to a minute after a hunt. You would just stand around waiting for the server to hook you back up into the hub world and things like that. But now, as you're seeing, there's a big screen that comes up straight away telling you, hey, here's little bits you got. So you don't see the other players. You can't emote to them after a hunt. I used to slam down my flag all the time. So the emotes are kind of less useful these days, except for the hub world. They're fun, though. There's some nice ones. The Island Arrival ones are good, though. As you've seen, there's special animations when you arrive, when you land. There's even a 3-point Iron Man landing kind of thing over here, which is about to go away, apparently. Oh. There's the faceplate. I like the faceplate, too. Character style, you can buy face paints. Not many there yet. You can buy dyes, so you can make your armor different colors. I've got 3 packs. I might buy the intensity ones. They're kind of nice. Fabrics. Different flag styles, basically. You've got different flag styles, which apparently there are none of right now. It's interesting. And different flares. Let's see if the turtle is still here. Nope. Already own it. It's just there because I own it. Doesn't look like you can actually buy it, though. There were a few streamers that had the custom flares for a while as well. Partnered streamers with Dauntless. I don't know whether that's still a thing. I like the banana. I might switch out my turtle for a banana. So yeah, more just cosmetic stuff, basically. Platinum we looked at. Last chance. These are things about to go away, apparently. Ooh. Do you like that? Do you like the ironclad skin for that lantern? I see you've played Knifey Forky before. There's a sock. Hadn't seen that one before. Alright, looks like they're about to cycle out a bunch of stuff for the launch. All of this stuff is going away and just before the launch, apparently. Redeem code, don't need to worry about that. Okay. And there's a elite track for the hunt pass that unlocks extra rewards as well. So, hunt pass. Hunt pass goes like this.
Original.
Different things you can achieve along the way. I think it runs for a month each. This one's got 5 days left, and I've already got to level 12 on the freebie pack. But yeah, it runs all the way up to 50 different rewards. As you can see, the basic or the free version, you only get rewards every so often. First 5 levels are pretty good. Then it starts spicing them out more and more. But on the elite one, the one you pay for, which I think costs 1,000 platinum, which I think works out to about 15 bucks or something. We'll have to do the math in a second. But yeah, you get a reward on every level after every achievement. And I think they've made it so it works out that if you complete it, because you get some gold back, there's a platinum back, there's a 50 platinum right there. If you complete it, apparently you get enough platinum back to basically make it free. So you get 1,000 platinum back, or at least that's the way it worked when they launched this system. Don't know whether it's still the case. You'll have to go through and do the math. But yeah, you get all kinds of Slayer cores, which are they have cores for special effects on your weapons and armor and stuff like that. Transmog stones, special exclusive cosmetic stuff. So you get consumables, you get items, animations. I like that. That's actually quite nice. So yeah, you don't need to do this, but if you choose to, because you want lots of stuff or you want to support the game, then it might be worth it. Now, as far as those ace chips go, they're not strictly speaking a microtransaction currency. That's what the platinum's for. But this guy here allows you to fuse cells together. I haven't unlocked this one because that costs 1,000 platinum as well. Forget what the first one is free. The second one unlocks. I can't remember how much platinum it costs to unlock that. Now look on third one for 1,000 platinum. What these do is they fuse cells together. So you can take 2 level 1 cells or 2 level 2 cells or a level 1 and a level 2. Fuse them together. If you fuse the same type together, so if you fuse 2 rage cells together, 2 plus 2 rage cells together, you get a plus 3 rage cell. If you fuse together two different cells, it'll give you a random cell, RNG based, from the same category. So, you know, attack, technique, or power, or utility, or what's the other one? There's another couple different. Anyway, you get what I mean. So you can recycle cells you're not using. You can also manually break down cells for one of these currencies down here. So I've got 700 of this swirly thing. That's also used to just flat out buy these. So you can buy these for platinum or swirly things. So if I wanted to buy weighted strike cell, I can buy it for 160 swirly things. Or I can buy it with platinum. Platinum, remember, is the real world pay for it money. Swirly things you get in-game by grinding down cells you don't need anymore. So if I wanted to get rid of this +1 weighted strike cell, I can grind it down and get 10 of these back. So I might go through all of those. Actually, I've got a bunch of +1s. I ground down all my +1s the other day, but I've got a bunch back from different cells I've been unlocking. So I think I will actually buy this. So yeah, every week or so, he has 3 different special cells you can buy, and they're normally pretty decent ones. It's at least 1 + 3 and everything, I think. So yeah, you can either get them from the cores you unlock, which are loot box style rewards, but you can't buy them. They're just rewards as you go through the progression tree. Or you can get the ones he's got for sale here. And again, the only thing that real money affects here is if you buy these for real money, but you never need to because you get enough cells to grind down. You get it from hunts now as well. But when you're fusing 2 cells together, there's a time period. And I think it's longer the higher level they are. I think level 1s do it in about 12 hours, level 2s 24, and level 3s in 36 or something. Because I started these yesterday, I think, or this morning, I can't remember. I've got 24 hours left. If you want to speed this up, you can spend those ace chips. Ace chips you get as rewards in the hunt pass, or you can buy them flat out from the store. So this is one of those things that verges on the shitty. I don't like this pay to speed up time mechanic that they use in free-to-play games. But that said, you probably never need to worry about speeding it up. You get enough cells, you can fuse them together in your own time as you play, and just wait for them to be ready. I've never felt the need to pay to speed this up, is what I'm saying. It's going to be in front of a lot of faces at the Epic Store. It's going to be on the front page there. There's a big poster and logo for it on launch day and everything. There's plenty of content about it already if you go looking for it on YouTube for people who like me who are in the early access and stuff like that. It's mechanically satisfying. The way they've done the progression, they've completely redone the progression system since I last played. That's all good. I really hope it takes off because I would really like to be because you guys, a lot of you guys know, I've been looking for a game like this, a community game, an online multiplayer game that's PvE that I can really get into long term. 76 fell on its face. Anthem fell on its face. Division 2 didn't quite grab me. I don't like the way the combat works. Too much covery, not enough Rambo. You know, I've tried and tried and tried again to find the game that I can just play for hopefully years. This is my newest hope. Been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for this thing to come out of beta, come out of early access, hit the consoles. And now it is doing that. And it's got crossplay. Really, really hope that a really vibrant community springs up around the full launch. Because the community in beta has been pretty good. Very little toxicity. Lots of support, lots of eager discussion and shit like that. So, fingers crossed. Valamir. Strong. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to need to change my loadout. And actually, no, I'm not. Because I already got the Stalker's Strike on me. Sweet. I'm actually already kitted out for this guy. I like the design of this guy. It's got an amazing monster design. It's like a big beetle thing. Big rhinoceros beetle guy. Looks awesome. Okay, Dracus wants to chop the tail under 2 minutes. Some of these higher end monsters, there's parts that only drop when you destroy parts of them really, really, really ridiculously quickly. A very difficult chase loot. It looks like this guy wants it, so we'll try our best We'll focus fire on the tail. Don't like our chances though. Good lord, that sword looks badass. It's the first time I've taken it into combat. Whoop. You might have a chance. Everyone's on the same team here. Nope. Okay, okay. Bad news! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Break, 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 break. Ooh, was that it? No, I think that was a stagger. I don't think we got it. It has to be 2 minutes by now. And we chased him down quick though. Yeesh. Ooh. I heard a rumble. Budink. Some of that Slayer's Boom while we're going blast. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Fall, 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 fall! That's me down. Oh. There we go. I nearly made it without a down. Damn it. Jesus, just melted him. 5 minutes. What do we had? Fractal Hide, Arcstone, Omnistone, Phoenix Opal, Skybloom, Hide, Fractal Hide, Unstable Tail Spike. I think we did get the Tail Spike. I think the unstable one's the one that drops if you do it quick. I just kind of love the grind of this game. Let me go check on my grenade complement. I might need to make some more health grenades. I burned through a few of them today.
Greetings from Ostia.
And yep, transfusion grenades. I like to have about 30 of each sitting in the bank, basically.
Use this well, Slayer. Go. You are needed on the frontier.
Oh, while we wait, I did mean to do transmog on this. Alright, I've got my cosmetic one there where I can apply for free because that's one of the ones you get from the store. Yeah, we'll just go my cosmetic. There we go. Looks much better with the suit now, doesn't it? It's Shrike time! Loadouts. Yeah, Call of Dawn, that'll do still. I do want my main armor. Here we go. Moon River Strike might be my favorite. Regular Strike's pretty fun. Moon River Strike's just a little bit more challenging. Alright, see how well my boop skills hold up against this guy. Super fun to do the interrupts on this guy. Timing can be tricky. Super fun when you get it right. Just kind of swoops at you. You belt his face right out of the air. Some of this since I'm going by. Mine. 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 Thank you for the follow, Offbeat Hippie. Mine. Mine. Found him. Right near a nice little patch of Slayer's Bloom. Look at this guy. It's an owl bear! Oops, mistimed that. Haven't been hit by that in a while. Damn it. I am just not very good at this game today, comparatively speaking. Swoop, swoop. Oop, chickened out. That's better. That's the way it's supposed to be done. Except for that part. Come on then. Oh, too soon. Got a bit button happy there. Screwed it all up. Too slow. There's your... Whoop. Dilemma of watching Blunty only. Oh yeah, Ellie would have just started, didn't she? Has she started yet? She's on about... She's scheduled for about 20 minutes time. No dilemma. On Fridays, I usually try and time the end of my stream so we can host her right at the beginning of hers. Oh, come on! How did that not boop? I got the hit. Is the hitbox smaller than it used to be? Do I have to get right on his face instead of his wing? Try again. Nope, it's not going to fly? Okay. I'll come get you then, shall I? Take on that much damage when he enrages. Worth it. Got him! That's how it's supposed to be done. Not clear on why I got hit then. I was doing the dodge roll. That one I deserved. Come on. Nope. Boop. Do. Ooh, not enough time for that one. Wasn't expecting that. Changed him slightly. I don't think he ever used to start the flyby if you were that close. Now it will. Or not. Do the slam instead? Yep. Whoop. Whoop. Too close. Boop, doo-doo, doo-doo. You didn't answer me. Paragon of all, you didn't answer me. Is Ali streaming yet? I believe this is the first time I'm seeing this game look so great. It is great. It's just kind of satisfying. By the way, the jumpy sword thing doesn't do any extra damage or anything. It just kind of looks cool. I wish it did more damage. I wish the jumpy swipe did just a little bit more damage, like 15% more damage or something. So it just looks cooler. Also love it when it times up like that, when you get a break part from it. So it looks more aggressive. Zoom! You didn't run far. Zerp. Zerp. Yeah, scream while you want to scream. Going after your belly. Come on, come on, come on! Come at me! I want you to! Nope, on that said. Alright. Zerp. Oh, just a bit too slow. So close though. Combo. Yeah, get angry. She's like, I'm twirling at you, not much you can do about it. Boop! Pristine moon feather. Nice! Pretty sure I needed one of those. Got him! Cost me a hit, but I got him. Oh, Ali's already in pre-stream? Oh, she's early today. Normally she's been late. If she's not on time, she's late, but apparently today is an exception. Oof. Top up, please. Whoops! Yep, saw that one coming. Alright. A little bit of help from my friend over there. Zerp, zerp. And now, your time is done. Something, something, final curtain. Come on, fall over, fall over, fall over. Can't have that much health left. Sure, I timed that one, right? Wasn't even going to try that one. Just not enough time. Up. See daisy. And jump. Nope. That was a mistake. Jump. Smash. Actually, does the jump one do a little bit more damage? Never used to. I think the numbers are a bit bigger then. .204 and 50. Oh, he swerved. No, 204 and 50. Yeah, I guess this doesn't. Just go down already. The hell? Will you die? No, wasted it. Oh, come on. That was going so well. Lame. Let's just check on the servers real quick. System status. Major outage. We were right at the end of that hunt too. You had to have just ounces of health left. Just nothing. I got the rage boops. Got the pristine mood. I mean, that would have been a nice hunt to finish. But it is still technically pre-release. And all online games have server issues. But yeah, according to the status page, game servers are down, login is down, matchmaking is down, store is working, the website's working. Forums are online. But meanwhile, thank you very much for joining me today. These Dauntless streams, at least pre-release, without the hype of launch, don't get that many views, but I enjoy doing it. And we got some good chat in too. Talking about all kinds of stuff, including WoW. And hopefully I'll be able to chop out enough of this video to make a nice little launch video for Dauntless as well. Let's go say hi to Ali!